and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers. We're looking for single drivers. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we have it for you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing, drivers first. You're not just a number, we know your name. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, family owned, Troy, Alabama, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, 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 just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Both, tell them. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm working underneath this truck.
And welcome to Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Good morning to you. How you guys and ladies and gentlemen doing this morning? I'm so excited. You know what time of the month it is. It is time for Wiley Sanders Truck Line to pick the driver of the month. The driver of the month. We pick the driver of the month for the truck oh man, I'm tired. I'm tired this morning. For the van division, we pick it for the bulk division and also for the fertilizer division. I'm excited about it. I got some great guests coming this morning from ATI. You're going to see how I've got back since I've had my knee surgery. And I'm excited this morning. But you know, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. I wouldn't say I'm not prepared, but I was looking for a scripture that I had read over the weekend. And you know how that is when you be looking for something you can't find it when you want it to save your life. You just cannot find it. But that's not what we're gonna worry about. I know. If it's something we can do to help you, we've always been that type of company. Wiley Sanders Truck Line and all the sister companies, KW Plastics, KW Recycling, Sanders Lead Company, Sanders Fertilizer. All those things make me so excited. Got a school coming here today. They could not be here early enough to be on the show. We got a great month in February. We got the mayor coming. I got one of my drivers coming. Got some great things going on in February. You know, Mr. Wiley Sanders told me the older you get, the faster time flies. Do you realize what the date is? Do you realize what the date is? I have to look on my phone, but this month is almost over. This is almost over. We'll be going into February. And I tell you, I've been kind of keeping up with the dates because I'm getting on up in there in some years, but not enough to discourage me or nothing, because as long as I'm in good health, I'm going to keep doing it. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place to put.
All right, let's roll. They're here.
How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%. Wow, Wiley
I know I
Sanders
said
Truck Lines,
one.
Troy,
Need
Alabama.
two mics.
Y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
They're in
Wiley
this
Sanders
chair.
Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line been in business since 1959 and we'll still
Growing.
We've been in business since 1959 and we'll still
Growing.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line. From 1959 to 2022, we'll still
Growing.
How many years is that, Mr. Glenn? Ricky, why this T680?
Got a nice digital dashboard, easy to read.
Man, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got competitive pay, we got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We can get you home, Wiley Sanders. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now this is green grass, this is green money. $1,000 sign on bonus, Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k, we match it up to 4%. Get you home regular, good equipment. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We do what we say. Come join the best today. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you. And thank you. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers. We're looking for single drivers. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we have it for you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing. Drivers first. You're not just a number, we know your name. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, family owned, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Both. Tell them. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm working underneath this truck.
Oh man, can you work on diesel trucks?
No, I can't.
Do you know that Wiley Sanders will train you to work on diesel trucks?
Really?
In a shop!
In a shop?
A shop! My man, you made it!
Yes, sir, I did.
You came to Wiley Sanders to a shop. How you like teaching this young man?
I enjoy helping these guys be successful.
So if they can work on a little truck, you can teach them how to work on a big truck.
Yes, sir, we sure can.
Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line where we'll teach you how to work on a big truck. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas. We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina,
Ohio and Arkansas. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company that can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get a week?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get a week?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%.
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Line, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line been in business since 1959 and we'll still
Growing.
We've been in business since 1959 and we'll still
Growing.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line. From 1959 to 2022, we'll still
Growing.
How many years is that, Mr. Glenn?
63.
Ricky, about this T680.
Got a nice digital dashboard, easy to read.
Man, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got competitive pay, we got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We can get you home, Wiley Sanders. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now, this is green grass. This is green money. $1,000 sign on both Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k, we match it up to 4%. Get you home regular, good equipment. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We do what we say. Come join the best today. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers.
In this truck line. Everyone knows that, what was it, December the 20th, I had knee surgery. I mean, everybody know, man, I'm telling you, I was scared. And I just put it off and put it off until I had done turned to the side and I was just going to lean all over. And I always take it as a blessing. I came to ATI. Strictly, ladies and gentlemen, by internet. My wife looked, she said, these guys got the better rating, let's just go to them. So you guys keep on what you're doing. But I can honestly say, since I've been there, not only you, Russ, but Blake, your whole staff is good, and we make it fun. It hurts. I mean, it hurts. I mean,
there is some pain involved with physical therapy.
But you know, it's the ice machine at the end. And if you be real nice to Blake, he'll turn it down.
That's right. We'll take care of you.
So tell me, how long have you been doing this?
So I've been a physical therapist for about a little over 5 years now. Prior to that, I worked as an athletic trainer and worked kind of throughout the state and down in the Panhandle some. And so rehab, I've got going on 10, 15 years of experience in the rehab department.
Okay. Blake?
And I'm a new grad. I graduated this past May, so this is my first year working as a certified physical therapist assistant.
Well, good. I would not have known that if you had not said that. You do a great job. And I just want to tell you guys thank you on our show here. You may say, well, why would a Truck Lines have a show? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Number one is my boss created Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Well, created. He started Wiley Sanders Truck Line in this town. And he wanted to be a part of this town. And we buy from this town. And there's nothing that any individual uses, lady or man, that at one time was not on a truck.
I believe it.
You know, trucking moves this country. You shut down the trucks, you shut down this country.
Yep.
I mean, you can look at it, I don't care what they say. And you look at all that stuff there, at some particular time, it's with us now, and I'm glad it was on the truck. So that's why I wanted you guys on here. But one of the other reasons was people like me that are so afraid. They're thinking, I don't want surgery. I can't do this. I can't do the physical therapy. But if you get two nice guys like y'all got a way of making it easy, and if you work with Coach Shaughnessy at Troy University, that raises you up on my list because he rides a motorcycle. So, I'm kind of partial to the bike guys. And luckily that you know him and I know him because we would have been real messed up this morning. So how's the relationship with Troy University?
It's great. So we're over there. ATI's over there with the athletes involved in the rehab department, the athletic trainers over there. And Leslie Parrish is our physical therapist over there, and she was the clinic director here in Troy, and she took a teaching job up at Faulkner, so she still covers the university for us and does a really, really good job of maintaining that relationship with Allison Gramley, the head athletic trainer over there, and the rest of her staff.
Well, my phone, as you can see, gets 1,000 calls a day. I may be exaggerating, but I get a lot of calls. So I had no way of getting your number, and I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, this driver of the month. I got another job for you guys, this driver of the month time, and I was thinking, man, I can't do that there. I got to be on the show because my drivers watch this. I said, they're going to be thinking, how am I supposed to be pulling driver of the month? And I thought about when I first contacted you, you had told me, so well, what we may do, I may let you come over to Troy State. Because home therapy put the fear in me about certain things, and I wanted to get in therapy and get it started. I want to tell you guys, it's been the best thing for me. The things that you guys teach, I have took it home. Used the heating this weekend.
Yep.
The little heating pad you told me, my wife bought some little square blocks, and they got on them heater cool, and I read that, and I said, let's heat one of these. I said, he did a little trick with me the other day. And she said, what are you doing? You can't remember nothing. You're making notes in your car. I said, no, if it works, I tried. And I'm actually with Dr. Kane today.
There you go.
I went to the hall yesterday with Dowd, and steps are a little challenging, but I remember what you said. You don't need to fall. I just took my time and
Yep.
gracefully, and I went into orientation this morning, and I didn't have it.
Good.
I'm going to hide it.
Well,
Well, really, I'm going to give it back to who I borrowed it from, but then I'm going to have it. I was too cheap to buy one. I knew I wasn't going to be on no Kane loan. I just went to
That's it.
call them friends, and I thought, hey, when I borrowed one.
Yeah, that's it. We'll teach you how to gradually get back to your normal self, but that's one of the things that, physical therapy doesn't just have to be a bunch of pain. And that's one thing Blake especially is really good at, is tailoring your program so that we don't push you too hard. There is going to be pain involved because that's part of getting your motion back and getting your strength back. But you going home and being crippled all weekend doesn't do you any good. We want you to be able to be functional through the weekend, throughout the week. And so we gradually progress you, increase load to get you stronger, to increase your motion, but in a way that doesn't set you back for days on end. And then we've got the nice feel-good stuff at the end, the E-stim, the ice, all that stuff to make you feel good and happy with us before you leave. So.
Because you want us to come back, right?
That's right, we do. I tell people, the first visit especially, I tend to keep easy, and I tell people, I'm not shy about it. I'm doing this, I'm keeping it easy, that way I con you into coming back.
Yeah, you said that the other day was because I know my second day was really rough. But look, I need a favor from you guys. Now these guys, maybe they won't meet you out on the road if you don't pull their name. Okay. We're going to do our buck division first. I want you to look in there and not look. And make sure you look up real good. These guys. We put their name up on a banner at our job. And they get a gift certificate. They get a shirt, driver of the month. The guys really like it. We show them that we appreciate them because the truckers is the heartbeat of our company. Like your staff is people like Blake, you need him there so people can get better, because y'all are busy. So pull one. Who did you get? Who did you get?
Langley McGuire.
Langley McGuire. I don't know Mr. McGuire, but I know him when I see him. Okay. And he drives for TJ Sneed, and another competition, the dispatchers be wanting their driver to win, so it's a big deal. We have fun with it. Blake,
Yes, sir.
you've got the most. You've got the band division. Take it out again. Blake has got the band division.
All right, Blake.
Blake is ready. Blake has got this. Blake got this.
Let's see what we get.
Blake got this.
Mr. Eddie Northern.
Mr. Eddie Norton, I got to tell that driver that the man that pulled his ticket, Dad is a state trooper. Well, he's retired now. What was your dad's name?
Dale Cobb.
Dale Cobb. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Cobb. Appreciate him keeping our world safe. All right. And Blake, you get another chance here.
All right.
I mean, Russ, you get another chance. We're going to let you do the fertilizer division.
Okay.
The big operation. You know that, didn't you?
I didn't realize it was that big.
We do.
How
I'm
big
gonna
is it?
show you something. Well, I'm gonna show you one right now. See this bucket? We make this in Troy.
Okay.
Did you know that? Did you know that we are the largest plastic manufacturer in the world?
I knew you were big. I didn't realize you were that big.
We're that big. When you go home tonight, look up under your sink, and all those little fittings probably come from us.
Wiley.
The next time you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, turn it over on the back, and you'll see manufactured in Troy, Alabama. So, I like to brag about that. I like being part of that. Who would not want to be part of success?
Yeah.
We're a very successful company.
You want Blake to draw this?
No, you draw this one. I got another for Blake. We're going to let Blake get up and walk on this next one. We're going to let Blake get up and draw on his next one.
David Sykes.
David Sykes. Okay, David, Mr. Sykes. But people have asked us how to get into this. Well, one of the things that I did, I've been having something wrong with my legs and feet all my life, I guess. But I had an operation on my toe. And the doctor I went to in Birmingham, you go down these steps. Quite naturally, I was late, so I walked in there and just parked. And when I got down the steps, I was looking back, said I had my key. Y'all know me, I'm always forgetting something I like. And then I read the sign, and it says Employee of the Month. And I think to myself, I look at that sign, and I look at them steps, and I thought, not thinking, the person should be here by now, but I try to get early appointment. So I go on in there, and I just confess up. I say, who's the employee of the month? I want to buy them lunch because I'm in their parking spot, or when they get here, And I pull out this money. This lady just walked by. She said, "I'll take that. My car been in the shop for the whole month."
She took it all, huh?
So coming back home on that ride, I was thinking, Mr. Parker, Mr. Trace Parker, our president, he had just came in, and he come in, he hit the floor running. And let me tell you something, it's been good for us. He had ideas, and he was taking on ideas. And you know how when you know this is your best chance?
Yep.
And I get this whole lined-up speech that I got, I'm ready. And he said he had an open door policy when he first came in, so. And he still has it. I tried it, and it works, so. I went up there, and I went to, he said, come on in, the door's open, I came in. And I said, man, I got a long speech. I said, Mr. Parker, I would like to do a driver of the month, and I said this and that. And about my third son, he said, fine, dude, run with it. And you ever been all pumped up for something? When he said yes, my brain had to say, get up and leave. He told you yes. Get up and leave. And I went to say,
took you back,
get up and leave. And so we did it so fast on the fly. At first it just started off as this and that, and we just kept tweaking it. Ronnie Bozeman, he came in and said, I was putting the sign at the scales. He came in and said, let's put it on this wall when you come in. All the drivers can see it. They sitting up high in their truck. Then we start putting it over the driver's lounge. And we just tweaked it as we went. Yeah. So that's what that comes from. So I'm very excited about it. The drivers are so, it makes you feel good when you go to the driver's lounge. Excuse me, and we got certificates, and we put them in the driver's line. You sitting in the driver's line, you go, yeah, I'm driving the month. That's my name on that. That's me. We put their picture on it. We go out for it. We don't just throw something together and say, hey, you driving the month.
Y'all give them a parking spot too?
Huh? Well, we got a big 18-wheeler. We don't have a parking. Big 18-wheeler. A big 18-wheeler. We tried, and when you go talking about success, people say, well, I know something down the road didn't work. We did try one time to say, for instance, if you was the driver of the month, you had yard priority, but it turned out to be so hard, and so many people didn't understand. Why is this guy pulling around me? And trucking devolves around. They money comes. It's called a Qualcomm. It's about that big.
Gotcha.
Their paycheck, their loads, their directions, everything comes to that.
Gotcha.
Federal government is in everything. They have to log through that. That means they can't run with 10. Your dad will know a lot about that. They can't run with 10 hours. Got to take a break and this and that. So that being said, you have to respect that. And I tell all my people at work, respect that driver's Qualcomm. because that's his money. The better you know how to work this, the more money. Why do you say, well, what's that got to do with it? Saving minutes, knowing when to log off duty, knowing when not to log off. Every Monday morning, my just like y'all be telling me, bend it, keep it moving. That's what I be saying. Learn this Qualcomm. When that log guy come in there, pay attention. It only affects your job, it affects your pay. Because if you just throw away hours you could use, you're gonna lose money.
Yep.
That's the bottom line. Yeah. You should be off. You sitting at a place unloading, and you should be off duty. You sitting up there on duty. It's so high tech. We can't change it
Okay.
because it's worked in through the government. You have to do it right. So if you sit there, whatever this says, that's what you go
You have
by.
to go back.
So if you screw up, they like you go in there and go hit delete. No, ain't no delete button. It's real important. So every time I get a chance to talk about it, I do talk about it.
Okay.
Now we're gonna do some exercises, but first we're gonna get Blake to walk over there, pull that little top off that box, and pull the shop employee of the month.
Okay.
Because if I forget them guys and I want to get one of my trucks out of there, they're gonna be upset with me. Oh, who we got? I don't touch him. I try not to touch him to the end.
Says Josh, mechanic.
Josh Woods, one of the strongest men I know. I am so happy. He has never won, but he has never won. He's been there for years.
That's Josh's good luck charm, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, and I'm gonna tell you something about Josh. Just gonna amaze you. Josh can take 2 wrecks. This is high tech here. And I do want you guys, when you get a chance one day, let me give you a tour around the place.
I love
But
it.
Josh can take 2 trucks and make one. He can take a wreck of one and take them to, we got our own wreck and stuff, and that's what he works by. And he can rebuild the engines. He works in the rebuild part and rebuilding the truck.
Gotcha.
Not only the engine, but the truck itself.
Gotcha.
We can straighten frames. We can do it. I tell young people, and I'm finna start, this will be my first year, I'm actually going to a high school. You know, everybody's not going to be a doctor or a lawyer. It's still going to be job. I know computers are taking over, but it's still going to be manual labor things you're going to have to do.
Yep.
That's still here.
Yep.
That's the world we live in. And so the people that can't, we need those people. We need to get them educated, and we need to let them know, hey, it's something you can do. I do believe that God gives us all a talent or something we can. Hey, look, I learned how to do something. Let everybody know they can learn how to do something. But now, what are we gonna do first, Blake? What are you gonna show us first? What are you gonna show us first?
You want to go ahead and start out with the step up?
He said he's telling me to start. I don't know why I can get up or not. Oh, let me see. Put me on the spot. Let me see.
How you show everybody how to do this stuff. You should be a pro at this point, right?
Wait a minute, I think we went to a commercial.
Okay.
No, you.
We know your name. Wally Sanders, family owned. Troy, Alabama.
I ain't never did that.
Nope. I'm gonna show you that one, and then I'm gonna have you attempt it. Don't worry, Blake and I will be on either side of you.
Yeah. You're not gonna
Set the
fall.
chair up in front here, so that you can hold on to it. Which one, do you want to face the camera, or do you want to be at the side going to face?
I don't need to. Well,
I got you, don't matter.
Troy, Alabama.
The chair's not really,
you like it, man.
the chair's not really tall enough, but you just step on up there and show everybody you can do it now. I should have brought my table. That's what I should have brought. A portable table.
Yeah, well,
Do you know that
I
Set
have
a table up
one
here.
too, but it'd make it a lot easier.
This is my wife. I might not answer this. Yes, ma'am.
Man, you made it. Yes, sir. You came to Wally Sanders to a shop. How you like teaching this young man?
I enjoy helping these guys be successful.
So if they can work on a little truck, you can teach them how to work on a big truck.
Yes, sir, we sure can.
Come to Wally Sanders Truck Line where we'll teach you how to work on a big truck. Wally Sanders Truck Line where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas. We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wally Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
Ohio and Arkansas. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%.
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line been in business since 1959 and we'll still
Growing.
We've been in business since 1959 and we'll still
Growing.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line. From 1959 to 2022, we'll still
Growing.
How many years is that, Mr. Glenn?
63.
Ricky, why this T680?
Got a nice digital dashboard, easy to read.
Man, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got competitive pay, we got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We can get you home, Wiley Sanders. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now look, let me say this to everybody. I did this, but I ain't did the new one they bought. This guy's supposed to be my friend. They bring this new thing here, but I'm gonna try it. Y'all know me, I'm gonna try it. So here we go. But one of the key exercises, and one of the things that you taught me, and this is the I had surgery on, that you want to build like quad muscle.
Yes, sir. That's the biggest thing.
That was the biggest thing. Now let me tell y'all what I did. I've got a bench at home, and I made it in my head that every morning that I'm gonna do 3 sets of 10 of them.
There you go.
I did them this morning, and ladies and gentlemen, I had surgery December the 5th, the 20th, and I put the cane down Sunday because of Keith LeMasters at work. He caught me going in the office with the cane up on my arm. Now, will you tell everybody that you told me to keep it just in case? Because my buddies have just been giving me down the country. But I tell you, after having knee surgery, I can do this. And ladies and gentlemen, I used to couldn't do that. And standing on one leg was just something that I couldn't do. And what this show is all about this morning is to tell you that there are things that can help you. You don't have to get around like I was getting around.
No, you don't.
You just don't have to do that. And that's why that was in my heart to do this, because after I went there and I thought, I should have done this 10 years ago. And I think a good word to use here would be what? Quality of life?
Yes.
Yeah.
What kind of quality of life you want to have. And I like riding motorcycles. And I had actually got where I had to pull that big joker somewhere that didn't have a downhill because I wasn't strong enough to stand it up. So I had to really pick my ride
Yep.
places where I park, and but you learn to live with that when you don't have to. I go in places and back, let it roll back. I don't have to do that now whenever I get a chance to come back. So one of the quad muscle exercise.
Yep. You're going to get that knee up on there. You're going to
down.
step up on the step, push through that knee.
And you step back down with the same leg, right?
Yes, sir.
You see that? I used to chill before we started. Look at Steve back there clapping. You can't do it. But yeah, that's a long way. I come a long way.
Yep.
And it's thanks to you guys. I come a long
And
way.
at first you couldn't do this, but now you can. So
We typically start people off on a 3-inch box and work you up from there. You can see Mr. Bennett's already into this normal size step here. So
Well, let me tell you
It's on progress.
what the amazing thing was to me. And Blake showed me this, I'm going to slide this here. And I asked my wife, I told her, I said, I don't think I'm going to do this, but I practiced this morning. And I never do this, so let me tell you why. Because this is what I would do. And I ain't got good at it. Now, this chair may be too low.
this chair is a little bit low.
Yeah.
But when I would get up I'm strong enough. I would do like that and get up. And one day we was in there, and he gave me this weight, and he said, I gotta get back and get out the camera. He cutting our heads off, and he says, stand up. And I couldn't. I'm a big guy, and I got a nickname like Halstead, you know what I mean? And I look at this guy, and I go, he go, get up, and I go, I can't. He goes, yes you can. I go, no I can't. And man, when I left there, I really want to, and I don't know if I can get out of this low chill, but I do want to try it. I hate I would try it on national TV.
Let me grab this too.
Yeah.
What we'll do is struggle out of the low chair. We'll put that little.
Add that
Give
right
me a
there.
chance. Give me a fighting chance here. Yeah, and I can do this.
There you go.
That looks simple. If you got bad knees, you can't do
It's
that.
hard. It is
That
very hard.
looks simple. And the other day, he gave me a 15-pound weight.
Yep.
Yep.
Now,
That's a progression we
show everybody a demonstration of
All
what
right,
you
here.
want to do with that.
So Mr. Bennett has never done this before. So
So what you doing first?
cut him a little bit of slack. Cut me some slack too.
Try to embarrass him.
We're gonna put the chair in front of Mr. Bennett so he's got something to reach out onto should he need it. But all you're gonna do, Mr. Bennett, is gonna take your right foot, put it on there, and take it all the way to the side. All right. Your left foot's coming up here. You're gonna put it up, and you're gonna come back to standing here in a good position. Now, while you're here, there's gonna be some wobble and some sway. That's normal.
No doubt.
You're gonna go side to side with it, okay? Now you don't have to touch it all the way down like I'm doing, but I want you going side to side a couple reps, and then you're gonna go forwards and backwards here, just like this.
Y'all know my wife is watching this show.
I hope she is. And then you're gonna do a couple half squats here, and this is where you're gonna start shaking a little bit. And you're gonna come down and then back up just like that. Let's see what you got there, Mr. Bennett.
All right, let's see here.
Let's get that chair too.
Where's that chair? I will not want to hit the floor here. All right. So I get on
Put it up
there.
first.
Yep, get
there
that
we
right
go.
foot up there, and then we'll get the left one up
I'm
there.
gonna grab your belt buckle here.
There you go.
There you go. And just gonna go side to side with it. Now we start off people in front of our leg press machine, and they can hold on to that leg press machine while they do this. So this is pretty challenging without that. And Mr. Haas here is doing a good job.
Look at that. Look at that. I'll tell you what.
Can you go forwards and backwards with it then?
Yeah, go forward and back. Steve, I'm doing this just for you. Huh? Okay.
So typically we do this exercise to improve your balance.
He hated that. And oh, I gotta do one like you did it. And back.
Yep, side to side. There you go.
Well, I guess they call me the DADDY for something. That is really cool. Now, what is that called?
That's called a Bosu ball.
A Bosu ball. Now, what muscles does that strengthen, or is that just
Well, you can use that for any type of extremities. We can use for good shoulder stability exercises as well as knee stability exercises.
When you hop on that, standing up, it's working all those muscles down your legs. So it's a
Really?
good balance, strengthening exercise. And then for us, I'm big into getting people stronger. So with people, you've been on the leg press machine in our gym and the leg extension machine. We put people on that because if you want longevity out of these total knees, you can't just get the motion back and be done. The motion's important. You got to get stronger too. And that's going to give you a much better quality of life.
And that's what we're at.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is
A better
exactly what we're on.
quality of life. Well, guys, I tell you something that I have learned and that I wanted the public to be aware of. The things that you guys have in that equipment, that room may look small, but do not estimate the equipment that's in there. I don't want nobody here. And Russell, somebody want to talk to you about telling a doctor, because I know my doctor, he just told me to find a physical therapist.
Yeah.
But if somebody was like, do you guys take the Medicaid and different programs? So what would a person have to do? What would they have to say to their doctor?
You can just walk into your doctor and just say, hey, I want to try physical therapy for shoulder, back, knee, whatever body parts bother them. And most doctors are usually pretty good about saying, hey, yeah, you can go wherever you want to. Here's an order. Alabama is a state that still requires that you have a doctor's referral to be seen by us. You are welcome to call us up and talk to me anytime. You can come in for a screen if you wanted to. At the end of the day, we still have to have that doctor's order. So we can either put you in touch with the right people, or you can reach out to your primary care doctor and say, hey, I want to try physical therapy for this. In the right order.
I'll tell you one thing you guys are real thorough with, because I encountered this, but it was real easy. I think it was you I talked to told me to make sure that home therapy releases me. Make sure I get my release paper.
Yep.
And when the guy came over, he complimented you guys. He said, I said, they told me I had to get a release paper. He said, yes. He said, they always make sure. He said, they can't see you until we release you, because the doctor does set up the home therapy.
Yep.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to those ladies. I wish I could remember their name, but they tell you some stuff. And like I said, they put the fear of God in me, but that stuff is important.
It is.
Now, scar tissue. Now, you guys didn't make the scar tissue as bad as they made it sound, but when you talk about scar tissue, what would make that happen? You know, like when all the scar tissue grows up, and then, like you said, the point where you can't move it. But Blake was telling me a story of, what was he, 16, right? The kid that came in?
Well, yes, sir. He had a ACL procedure.
Yeah.
And he didn't get to come to physical therapy until about 5 weeks out. And so he lacked a lot of deflection range of motion, which is what we're working on now with you. We worked really hard with him. We started seeing him 3 times a week, and within the next 3 to 4 weeks, we got approximately over 100 degrees of improvement in that area. So his knee was bending perfectly how we wanted to after that. So.
Well, I went to the Calamans Thursday night. I want to thank the Calamans for the great steak dinner that we had there. I love to eat. Shay Bozeman, you hear me talk about it every time I come in there. She's a physical therapist. Boy, she been on me. So when I walked, she was telling me about the cane. I said, I can walk without the cane. She made this motion. This ain't walking. Boy, I tell you what, it takes somebody motivating you sometimes. And you know me, every time we get a degrees, I want another one.
Yep.
You know, we was 112, I think Friday was.
Perfect.
And I did it this weekend. But you know, determination. I won't tell anybody, if you do this, I think Blake, I think both of y'all, I think you said it too, Russ. If you do this, and you're not going to come see these guys or somebody, we're not saying you just got to see these guys, but if you're not going to do physical therapy, didn't you tell me, I think I don't want to quote you on something that I'm not sure about, but didn't you say it was like not having the surgery? My doctor told me that, I know.
So
If you don't do the therapy, the surgery...
Yes. If you have a total knee and you don't do therapy, you're going to have a lot of trouble with that.
Yeah, my doctor, and I'll say his name on TV, Dr. Brooks. I've been seeing him for 10 years. I first went to him when I was 50 years old. And he gave my confidence that day in his office. He said, man, you're just too young for knee surgery. Let's try some shots. So we tried some shots. Well, about 55, when I got 55, he told me one day, he said, now, when you get ready, I'll do it now. I said, well, no, I'm good. I said, can I damage anything? He said, no, I can take your knee out. I just can't put it back once I take it out. And we went on. And one time I went and got the shots, and I don't know what happened, but it hurt real bad. He told me, he said, I ain't gonna give no more of those shots. Whenever you get ready, I'm ready. And I asked him, how will I know that I'm ready? You know, what he would tell me. That man looked me in my eyes and said, you'll tell me.
That's right.
First words a doctor ever told me. Because December, I had it did December the 20th, but December the 2nd, I stayed up all night. I told Miss McCall Bennett I'm going to the doctor, and I'm taking the first thing they have. Because we was in a waiting period. My wife had to have some surgery, so we was in this little waiting period. And man, they were shocked when I went in there. He come in, he seen me, I talked to him, I went next door, and they told him when I want to go, and he come back by my office, he said, you're ready, aren't you? I said, I'm ready. Yep. And that's when he told me, and I'll always respect them words. He said, now, if you're not going, because you know I'm real busy working on, he said, if you're not going to do the therapy, don't get the surgery. He said, you got to do that therapy. And so, you guys got a real important job.
I worked with Dr. Brooks for 2 years, and he does really, really good work.
He's a good guy.
He's a really good surgeon.
He's a really good guy. Only thing I don't like about him is Auburn pain.
That is a bit of a problem, but you know, you were able to work around that.
That's what me and him did. I had to work around that. I remember him coming in the room when I woke up after surgery. He was like, I was like, huh? He said, well, I changed my mind. We're not gonna get you up today. But that next day they got me up. I was up. He would have got me up that day, but I was a little groggy. It's amazing what scientists have what has happened. And before I come to therapy, everybody know me, they know I work out. I would have thought I knew my way around the gym. I do now. I know I've learned a lot, you guys. I'm telling you, that little thing there, I've seen them in gyms. I've seen that in gyms before. I know what it was. But you wait. That's my goal. About 3 minutes. I'm gonna be doing the cubic shuffle.
There we go.
3 minutes. I mean 3 weeks. So a person would just go to their doctor, like if they had, because you don't have to be surgery. It can be just a catch or something. I think it was Driscoll Cochran. He told me that he went to the doctor and everybody was telling him he's going to surgery. I think it was Dr. Duke. I don't recall the name, but he told him, let's just do some therapy. He said he did that therapy and it works.
Yep.
So therapy can get you there.
Yes. Yep. There's a lot we can do to help improve quality of life, reduce your pain. And it's not something that you have to suffer with the rest of your life. So if something's hurting, you're not moving the way you're supposed to. And especially if it's waking you up at night and affecting your sleep, that is when you really are in some trouble, and you should really look for some help.
Yeah, because if you're tired and sleepy, you're groggy, you're making bad decisions.
Yes.
I mean, that's what my quality was. I could not sleep.
Yep.
And I get up early, so if I've tossed and turned for 3 hours and then the clock goes off at 4:45, I got to get up now because it's time to start my day.
Absolutely.
But I have, ladies and gentlemen, I have no regrets. I promise you. I tell you, if you hurt, go. And yeah, I'm gonna say it because I'm biased to them. If you have surgery, go to ATI. They flexible because I change my time of the week 2 or 3 times. They very flexible. That's another thing. You guys seem to be. I've seen people, not only me, but I've seen people coming and say, I can't come that time. And what's her name? Because I want to say good morning.
Alexis.
Alexis. Well, Alexis will say, yeah, I can do that. She said, yeah, I can do it. And I saw you, man, Blake one day. Working, I think I was short. Probably me didn't come in there, wasn't supposed to be there. He was working 3 of us, and he kept us all busy.
Yep.
He kept us all busy.
It gets hectic at times, but we try to make accommodations for our patients. We're open usually 7 to 6, or some variation of those hours to accommodate for the working person. We try to get people in before school or before work if they can come in at 7, or we try to stay open until 6 most days of the week to let people come after work.
Yes, if a guy got off at 5, he
Exactly.
could come in.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I change clothes. I try to be prepared. One of the things, if I was to ask you, how quickly could you get a person? Say, person is not even mobile at all, just an old person. Mm-hmm. You could just do little simple stuff with them.
Yes.
It's all kind. I've seen you working with old people.
You
got patience. You guys are good with that.
And it takes the ability to kind of create a plan for them, because you can't just jump right into like leg press or bench press with those patients. They won't come back because they'll hurt too much. So you got to gradually restore motion, build them up little by little, and if you tailor your program the right way, you'll see gains with them. But if you throw them into just random exercises, they're going to hurt because they're sore, and they're probably not going to come back and see you.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell on Tanya now. Tanya works with me at work, and since I've been had my surgery, I go to the gym in the evening time, and I took her about 3 days. And I was just copycatting on some of the stuff you showed me. Day 3, she gonna be so mad at me. But she was sore aside. I was walking in the gym, and she was walking out. She said, I like to feel flat on my face on that elliptical. I'm going home. So I do know what you mean. You can work a person too hard, but the emotion, the things that the body can do about healing itself, getting strong. Because I'm a living witness, it was just people may take that for granted, but I literally couldn't get out of a chair. But Blake could have embarrassed me and told me, but he just like, we'll get you there. Yep. Sometimes you need somebody to say, okay, you can't, don't worry about it. I'll get you there. Because I was just shocked. Here I am with a little arm, and I I said, I can't. He said, yes, you can. And we did it that day. He helped me, and I did like this so long when I get out my chair. Now when I catch myself in my office doing that, I stop. Some of these, and what you say, I'm right when I say this, some of these things become habit forming. And when you get better, you won't use them if you don't think to use them. For years, I've had to get in my car like this. Like when I'm on my small car today, I still have to get in it like this, like that, and turn and pick this leg up. Now, Miss Bennett with me, and I go to pick that leg up. She said, "What are you doing?"
Good for her.
Because I don't have to pick it up.
Yes.
But I picked it up for 10 years. So there's a better way. I'm going to tell everybody that comes see you guys if they got any kind of pain.
We appreciate it.
Tell a doctor, I think sometimes people don't know. And that's what today was. I know you guys looked at me when I asked you about being on the show, and y'all was a little reluctant. You're like, I said, "What talking about the show?" I think what y'all doing over there is so great. What is the old man that knows my name and I don't know his, got hit by the truck?
Yes, yep. I can't say his name on air, but he is.
That's right, I won't do it neither. But he is doing so good. And he's so friendly.
He is.
Now you think if that guy had not had a place like that to come to, he's doing so good. And one of my ex-drivers, he come over there. And I talked to him in the parking lot, and he was real high on you guys.
Good.
And I'm gonna tell you this, Russ, you're only as good as the people around.
That's right.
And you did a good job.
Well, I'm
I'm
surrounded
not
by
just
great
saying
people.
because he's sitting here, but him, your lady you got at the desk, know how
Alexis
to
and Julie.
Alexis.
Yeah.
When people come into a place and they get that smile, you're hurt.
That's right.
That's why you're there. I mean, you didn't stop by to get a hamburger. You didn't stop by to get a milkshake. You stop by because you're hurt. And when that person smiles and says, "May I help you?" and you're like, "Yeah, I need some," and that helps. And so you got it where it happened. You got it core where it stops at. With her, it starts there. And then when you go on to the fifth, I've never been in there and saw a different attitude from you guys. We talk about basketball. Did you see Alabama?
Don't bring that up.
Don't even bring it up.
Oh my God. Woo! They look bad. But we're talking about Super Bowl.
I got the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pull for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
Devontae Smith, right?
Yep.
You know who I really feel sorry for? The guy that hit Patrick Mahomes out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
He's the most hated football player in this world by everybody in America.
Absolutely.
And I think, you give people a benefit of the doubt. I think the emotion in his drill was like, "Oh man, he's got away," and because they kept him contained all day long. All day long, and then at that last
It was a
play,
great game.
And then after the game, they kept the cameras on him. I'm like, that's
Get
the
it, guy.
worst thing possible,
and he just sitting there, he couldn't get up. But it was a good game. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like to be one of the people, I knew that all the time. I actually thought Cincinnati was gonna win. I did think the law of average, you can't keep beating a guy. I thought about that national championship. I told everybody, I said, Alabama can't beat Georgia twice when we played them that year. And we didn't beat them the second time. It's hard to beat somebody twice, but they had beat them 3 times. So I said, well, they did it 3 times, they may have it, and they. But remember I said this on Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Lines. Got you. Joe Burrow is the next Tom Brady.
He's a great quarterback.
You wanna know why I say that? Look at his interviews when he dressed. Joe Burrow coming there like Brady. He had that hat on.
Gets all dressed
He
up,
had them shades on. That's a Tom Brady's move. I love the way Tom Brady dressed because you know why? You don't know how. You don't know what. You know he's gonna be clean. I'm excited about this Super Bowl, and man, I want you guys once again to tell them how to tell a doctor what they need, and we're gonna get out of here and let y'all go help some people.
We appreciate it.
Just tell the people what they need to do when they go see the doctor. Tell them what they need to tell them if they need some therapy.
We'll let them know.
Okay, I'm going to tell them how.
So if you're looking to if you're wanting to come into physical therapy, if something's bothering you, I would reach out to your primary care physician, and a simple phone call should work. Some might ask you to come in and be seen, and that's fine. That you have that option of reaching out to your primary care physician, or If it's something orthopedic related, muscles and bones, every other Monday in the spring, we have doctors come down from the Andrews Group that see the patients in the city of Troy and the surrounding community for free. There's no charge to those patients. They do ask that you provide insurance and ID. Should they recommend, MRI, X-ray, physical therapy, that sort of thing. But it's a thing that Dr. Dugas does for this area, and he's very generous with his time, with his staff, and so it's a really good resource to have down here. And we're lucky to have Dr. Dugas and his fellows and all of his staff to come down and help.
Well, that's who Mr. Cochran was talking about, was Dr. Dugas.
Yep.
And the only reason I didn't use him was because I had been with my doctor for so many years. But Bristol did tell me, say, go see Dr. Dugas and talk to him.
And we've got quality doctors all in this area. In Enterprise, you've got Dr. Brooks at Southern Bone and Joint. There's great doctors at Southern Bone and Joint in Dothan. Here in Troy, you've got Dr. Lilsberg and Dr. Dugas that come down and see folks. So any of those orthopedics do a tremendous job, and we are very grateful and happy to work with all of them.
And I'm grateful for Pike County having that. Mm-hmm. I remember when Pike County was, we got us a Publix, then we got us a Walmart. I'm telling you how far back I've been in Pike. I remember when Walmart is where the Marriott is at now. But you know what helps that? Places like Wiley Sanders Stroke Lines, in that Troy University, in that hospital out there. This town, people talk about the hospital sometimes, but I stand up for it. I've been there, I've had friends there, and I've saw nothing but quality care. And you have to have a hospital in your town to be successful, especially when you got a college of football players, and you got different colleges coming in. God knows we pray nobody gets hurt. If somebody get hurt, you got to have somewhere you can take them quickly. Mm-hmm. And that hospital, I know a lot of friends that's on that board out there. That is a great hospital. And then when you drop down from the hospital, you go to the restaurants, and you go to the drugstores, and then you go to the schools. When I go to a school, and I tell people this all the time, I got to get out of here, I don't just sell Wiley Sanders Truck Line. I sell this community. I know you guys come a little piece of it, but this is a great community.
It is.
I'm so happy that they just let me hang around. I'm serious. Like I said, I run it down again. We got schools, we got the Sanders companies, KW Plastic, KW Recycling, KW Containers, and also Sanders Lake Company, that supply jobs and put food on the table. And every time I think about jobs, I have to think about my little old business, Trojan Detail. A man that's got a lot of business. Christopher Campbell asked me one day, how's it going? And I said, well, it's all right, I ain't making it. But he said, you're putting food on somebody's table. Mm-hmm. Well, you got people in this town, the Campbells and the Sanders and Dr. Dugas, like you say, giving up his time. Well, you got people like this, people like you guys that want to help people. You gotta stay. You see whining and on. What that mean? That means we enjoyed you watching Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We'll see you next Monday.
God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now, this is green grass. This is green money. $1,000 sign-on bonus. Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k. We match it up to 4%. Get you home regular. Good equipment. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We do what we say. Come join the best today. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley